And welcome back. We have with us on set representatives from the University of Belize
and Scotia
And Scotia Bank, getting to that. On November 15th, there's going to be an Entrepreneurship Symposium at the Bliss Institute for the Performing Arts. And we have with us this morning some of the future entrepreneurs and the bankroller here to talk to us about the initiatives going on. It's going to be a very interesting conversation because these might be some of the names that you're going to see in the future, like Marissa and the like. So we want to welcome on set this morning Marissa Jorgensen, who has a product called Shower Power. And we also have Emir Castillo, who has a product called Bamboo Bottle. And then we have one of my favorites, just because she's completely decked out this morning in her green, 501 Salad Dressing entrepreneur, Jenna Flores, as well as we have with us Monica Escarpeta, who is the small business class rep for UB. Good morning. And we also have Armando Santos, who is also a small business class rep. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I left out George Jones. How could I do that from Scotia Bank? And he would not forgive me. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, the symposium itself, what is the purpose of the symposium? Before we get to the individual products, what is the purpose of the symposium?
We want to know what we offer to the people here in Belize. We want to have them come to our expo and walk through what is the new product that we are going to send online. What is going to be our product that it's going to change the way how construction business go by.
Nice, nice.
Now, how long have you all been preparing for this? Because I'm sure this is not something, how has the university actually prepared you to walk through the steps of developing a product and taking it to market and all of that?
Well, first of all, we work with, we have a great professor. His name is Giorgio. He's been working with us from the beginning since we started this semester. The semester started on August 18th, and it's going to end in December the 7th. So up to this point, we have about 3 months into the semester in the class preparing for this exposition. But before that, we and she have a marketing class already, so we have like a small experience on what we're getting ready to present.
Now, let's shift to the students who have developed a product. And I know uniqueness is one of the things that you strive for. So, Marissa, let's start and talk about the Shower Power and how you came up with it, you and your group. How many people in your group?
There are 6 of us all together. Shower Power, our initial idea was bath bombs, but we did market research for that product, and we found out that the market was too segmented for that because Belizeans, there's not a majority of Belizeans who own bathtubs. So we used that same idea to produce something that has a bigger target market, which is the shower and the shower bombs. You just place them on the floor of your shower and you turn your water on and it fizzes away and it vaporizes, and the essential oils that we incorporated in the shower bomb will vaporize, and it helps you to feel better.
Aromatherapy.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That's impressive, though. When you were doing your research, because I don't know, but I thought that Belize didn't have the information. It's not like you can go to our website and go, how many people have bathtubs? What were some of the challenges in terms of getting the information to know what product to put out that you didn't think about before? Before you're just like, yeah, I got a good idea, just do it. But actually, some of the challenges in getting the information?
Well, first of all, we had to do a questionnaire for the market research. So it was just like basically going, set up, and finding Belizeans, regular shoppers, to go and answer the questionnaires and how they feel about us introducing a new product. So that was how we found out that not many of our Belizeans own bathtubs. So we had to use the same idea to produce something that has a larger target market. With shower power, we also from the market research, we found out that the Belizeans love the scent of the Vicks Vapor Rub. So that was one thing we incorporated in the shower power because
Only
they do love the Vicks, but side effects of applying the Vicks would be that your skin is left dry. So we wanted to incorporate that into our product so that with more benefits. So we incorporated the Vicks Vapor Rub along with eucalyptus oil, which helps with your immune system as well, and it helps to relieve like muscle pain and things like that. So that's one of the things that we use to make our shower power. Also, we did lavender oil shower power as well because it's calming and anti-anxiety. And then we did one peppermint oil because that helps with your skin and the hair. So it's 3 different types of shower steamers.
This is it?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Tell me something. When I was going to school, which was only a few months ago, George stopped it. For me, this would be a class project. Do you see yourself moving beyond just a class project? Say, I could become rich doing this?
Of course. We want to branch off and not make our product just local, but we want to make it regional and international. With our product, we are promoting an eco-friendly environment, so our packaging as well. We use all recycled materials for our packaging, so it can be recycled. It's
So you have brown
eco-friendly.
paper?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. All right.
Let's jump to Emir and talk about the bamboo buckle.
The bamboo water bottle, yes. From since we started, we had trouble coming up with an idea that people would like, and something that would be good for everyone else. And at first it started rough, and then now that we're in this time and age where businesses are getting rid of plastics and foams, why not think about plastic water bottles as well? So we thought about creating the bamboo water bottle. Why not use something that's already naturally made to hold water already?
Yeah.
So everything is 100% bamboo. The straw, the cover, the bamboo itself, and we have 5 designs. We have open it. Yeah. We have 5 designs. I just brought the one with the bamboo today, but we have bamboo. We have one with flowers, one with skulls, one with a tiger print, and we found out that a lot of people tend to like it because people in offices, students, we see everywhere that people are using water bottles.
Yeah.
So, and when we were asking them, they really loved it. So it's something that we are proud to make.
When you have a product like bamboo, and you are comparing it to something that already exists, how do you manage to incorporate some technology? Like, for example, sealing it so that it doesn't leak, or cleaning the straw.
Yes, I understand that.
How do you incorporate some of the technology with still keeping the environmentally friendly aspects of it?
Well, when we make the cover, I know it's sometimes bamboo has different sizes, right?
Yes.
So what we do when we cut the bamboo is that from that same bamboo, we gather the cover from it so it can fit that perfect size.
Yes, it does.
And sometimes it might be a shrub, but just the perfect fit, and then you just have to manage it, and it'll work fine. And sometimes, like all wood, it's sensitive to humidity, but once you wash it good, make it dry, it will come out perfect, just as a normal cup in your house will.
Nice.
And what kind of market research did you guys conduct to see if this would be something that people would be open to in the market?
Well, for when we were conducting our market research, it was more of oral interviews, just asking people what would they think about something like this rather than using plastic water bottles. And they actually like the idea of it, something new, something that would help the environment as well. And that's how we ended up getting more people to like it more, I guess, and it was really fun.
Focusing on, like how they started off with Vicks,
Yes.
and then they expanded to lavender.
Yes.
Were there other spin-offs from doing the water bottle that you said, man, you know, this is viable, but I could also do bowls or plates or what else do you see a line coming from the water bottles?
Well, bamboo, when we were doing research with bamboo is a very flexible plant that you can make almost anything. You have chairs, you have tables, you have, when it comes to bowls, it might be difficult because of just the circular round of it, but maybe a bowl just like that, but just smaller. And we were thinking about that if we can expand, we can move on to things like that. And another thing to add to this bamboo bottle, it's something that can be customizable as well.
Yes.
You can put your own design, your name.
Engrave in it.
Yes. So all of that we were thinking about. And if we do get the chance to expand, we all have those ideas.
I sense some excitement in your voice. When you were doing this, what excited you the most? Getting an A or thinking, as I asked her, you know, I actually am capable of producing something that can, you know, make me famous and make me some money.
That's what I was thinking about. Not the A, I mean, partially yes, because I wanted to pass. But for the most part, I was excited to bring something that would be beneficial not only to environment, but to people as well. Something new. And when something new comes to the market, there will always be some opinions from everyone. Not everyone might like it, but some people might like it. And you just have to give it some thought to see what good it can do. And I was excited because I saw the potential for it, and I just want others to see that as well.
Cool.
And Ms. Flores, Jenna, let's talk about the 501 salad dressing.
Yes, and the shirt.
Well, our salad dressings come in 2 flavors, the sour kiss and the coconut bliss flavors. We did a sampling at Public Supermarket on the Northern Highway on Saturday, and we actually got some great feedback from the customers that were walking in and out. And the flavor that they seemed to like the most was the sour kiss flavor. They like the
sour kiss?
Yes, because of the lime. And they seem to like the sourness, the flavor. So, yeah.
No, you seem to have gone all the way out. I don't know if the marketing class that you did before, that you were an A+ student in that and you guys went out. But what added dimension do you think the branding, the colors, I mean, I'm sure you guys spent hours thinking about what color and what labeling. But what new dimension that gives you an edge over my friend over here at the bamboo bottle or shower power do you think you have by having a brand?
Well, I could say that we chose the color green because of nature, and our product is 100% Belizean, and it is made by 100% locally found Belizean ingredients. And we just wanted people to see it. We just wanted people to look at it and say, oh, okay, like our logo is green, so they'll think of something natural. And we do encourage healthy eating. So we try to make it as natural as possible so people would like it.
Let me ask a question of all 3 of you to broaden out the conversation. When you're coming up with these products, do you source them, or do you actually go and do the research and create them yourself? Like because I know bamboo can be a little bit difficult in terms of the preparation. You have to cut it at a certain time of the month. You have to do all of those types of stuff. So for each one of you, did you have to actually create a product, or you looked at someone who was creating something already and thought about how you could bring that to the market?
Well, we created our product ourselves because just like I said, the Vicks was something that the Belizeans love. So we wanted to do a product that gives them the same scent that they love, and we wanted to make something that is more beneficial to them. So here in Belize, you don't have any brand that produces shower steamer. So that was something that we looked at.
Do you need hot water, or do you need?
It can be used with hot or cold water, but when it is used with hot water, it has more benefits because then it helps to clean the drainage of your shower as well.
Wow.
So it can be used with either hot or cold.
And to answer your question, as well, when we are creating these products, yes, we do come up with our own product, and if we do improve on one, it really has to make a big difference on how is your one more better than this one, or how can it compete in the market that you're pursuing.
Jenna?
We looked at the market, and saw that many Belizeans are becoming entrepreneurs, mainly in the food and beverage department. And so we thought, okay, like we see a lot of like craft salad dressing, imported salad dressings, and we thought if we brought something like that to our Belizean consumers that is actually made in Belize, that they will be more interested in it. And because it's made here and not imported, it will also be cheaper, which is much beneficial. It will be more affordable, more available. And so we just looked at it like that. And we also, we thought, what I was going to say.
Don't worry about it. You know, one thing I want to ask, because she branded with the 501, and I know each one of you have to do your logos, you have to do all of that as a part of your development. What has been the reaction? Because a big part of marketing in Belize has to be to dispel this myth that if it's in Belize, it's inferior, that I won't get a good product. You know, I'm just patronizing them because of, you know, this particular thing. But being a repeat customer, not so much, right? So what was your, you know, your market research? What did it talk about in terms of the perspective of Belizeans towards Belizean-made products?
Well, we basically got good feedback because we know that in Belize that the shower products are not widely manufactured. So the Belizean public, knowing that we were doing manufacturing products from natural ingredients to produce for them, it was a really good reaction that they gave us because they wanted something new. And it would be cheaper, like Jenna said, because it's locally made.
Monica, you're a class rep.
Yes.
And there are lots of Belizeans out there who have entrepreneurial ideas, lots. They didn't manage to go to UB, and they probably might not be in a financial position where they're able to move their ideas. They don't have the marketing class or the like. How costly? Because I'm looking at these products, bamboo is not 5 cents. The chemicals that went into it, even the molds I'm thinking about, has an expense. What was the cost, the startup costs and challenges in relation to those costs to get these products off the ground for different people that you came across?
Well, I believe very expensive.
Very, very expensive.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. And how do you justify that cost in terms of being able to somehow, because part of business is you have an investment, but the bigger investment, there should be the bigger the return. How is it that these products, for the students who already have issues probably with tuition, for example, or transportation, what is their approach to recoup what their investment is?
Maybe we have to ask the students. Yeah, where did you get seed money, so to speak? You know, how did you all come up with the capital to actually launch your product? And is it just demonstrate? Because I think when you go to the expo, you have to have available for sale, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about how you got the money and how you brought it to market fully.
Well, first, I would like to thank Mrs. Denise Courtney from Courtney Coye Law Firm. She assisted us with our product, and also we invested some of our personal money in order to facilitate the production of our products.
Can you give us an idea about how much was the startup money? It's more than 1,000?
Less.
Oh. Awesome. Okay.
More importantly, will there be a return on that investment?
We are confident that there will be a return because we are producing for sale at the expo, and we already have pre-orders from people that we have did our market research on, and people that we are just advertising personally, and we already have a lot of pre-orders, so I'm confident that
What is the projected return, if I could fast? More than 1,000?
more than 1,000.
Emir?
Well, as you said, bamboo is not really quite cheap around here, but I would like to thank Miss Erlene Belal. She was the one that supported us because she has bamboo, And well, we just got some from her, and that's where we were able to start creating the bamboo water bottles. And yes, the return will be quite enjoyable as well. But the money that we put into this, it was from our personal ones as well. Sponsorships weren't that much out there, but Miss Erlene, she supplied us with the most important part, which was the bamboo, and it was very nice to have her as to support
Where's
us
Miss
there.
Erlene, in Belize City or?
She lives in Fresh Pond, yes.
figured.
In Boom, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big up Miss Erlene. Jenna?
For us, we also had to pay a lot out of our personal pockets, but we also got assistance from Confetti and from Wave Radio.
Wow.
Confetti is helping us to decorate our booth, so we won't have to pay for assistance with that. And Wave helped us with our advertisements.
So you all on radio? You could go
Yes.
that
They
far?
got big.
Yes.
Wow,
They got big.
I like that. No, I want to jump into George for a minute and why Scotia has decided to partner with the UB and the students of this particular class in this undertaking.
Sure. I'm sitting here, I'm like bursting with excitement because this is what I'm about with business, right? Scotiabank in particular, as the corporate sponsor, platinum sponsor for this initiative, it's about two aspects. It's the education aspect of it, like going through the mills, learning all the stages, the theory behind starting a business, developing a product, and of course the result of all of that work being the launch of the business itself. So as myself and people in my department, we're responsible for managing business development. These are the sort of things that we really get behind. I look here at the shower power. This is something I didn't know that I needed until now, you know. But it's that sort of ingenuity that really drives an economy. And that's another important aspect of it. Businesses drive the economy. I heard my friend here say, you know, everyone is being entrepreneurs. Yes, that is very important, GDP and growth for the country. Also, a common theme here was the environmental aspect. That is where huge opportunities exist. And so there is great potential. We at the bank are there in a supportive manner as well. So we'll be at the expo. We'll be there. These guys can reach out to us for advice and guidance. We want to see that, you know, they start, but they grow. That they go from the cups to the, well, not the bowls, but you know, they can branch off. Maybe, you know, what are the additional customer base for the shower power? You know, the 501 dressing. That what's the appeal there? It's made by Belizean. It will have a Belizean flavor. One of the things that I think is very important when we come to local entrepreneurs, you know. And as just a general message to our consumer base out there, as William had touched on earlier, there might be a perception of that our products developed here aren't as good as, but we have to give it a fair chance. We have to support our local Belizeans, or local entrepreneurs, or local businesses, because again, that's the only way forward. So we at Scotiabank are very excited. We have all the services, the products that are available. It's important to get your financial affairs in order, so that, you know, in the future you have to put in like maybe 2 years worth of work in your business, and then you can come to the bank and say, you know, how can you help?
And George, that's where my mind is, because when I was in school, at least in my time, there was a disconnect between school and real life.
Yeah.
And this creates an opportunity to actually bridge that gap in terms of, this is something that, as you say, 2 years down the road, if I were to have the same product with all my papers intact, that is something that maybe the bank would consider to bankroll my expansion or my specialization.
Are you asking for a Scotia?
No.
Wait, are you asking for a Scotia Shark Tank?
That's exactly where I'm going,
Yeah.
in a sense. What broader message do you think that it sends to entrepreneurs? in terms of your partnership and participation, not only with this specific project in terms of sponsoring it, but in terms of your availability in the future to allow for the stimulation of the Belizean economy?
That's a perfect question there. It's important because you can't look at the bank and say, oh, I know I'm not good enough for the bank as yet. Guess what? There are several stages to a business. You have the startup, you have the growth, and you have the maturity of a business. You have to be there from the beginning with your bank because that is how we get to know you. So what's the beginning? Opening an account. 9 out of 10 businesses will say they're making money, but how do you know you're making money? Is it reflective in your financial history with a bank or with some other financial institution? That's important. That's where it starts. So the 2 years gives us a fair idea that if you start with an account and that has inflows and outflows, and then the business has already some level of life and longevity to it, and then it makes it easier that the bank can say, you know what, this business will grow even better, will profit better if we extend a line of credit or a business loan, because you know what, the 1,000 shower power that we had manufactured, the demand is 10,000 now, so we need that large investment. And then it comes with advice and experience that the bank has, and we just share it, and it's up to you to incorporate it into your business and hopefully become more successful.
So the question that I'll give to the students and to the class reps has to do with the financial literacy aspect of it. Very often, I think Kevin alluded to it in form of a joke by saying, was the driving force an A, or was it actually learning the entire process of creating a business? And how much of that actually comes with financial literacy? When he also asked about your bottom line, how much money was invested, how much money was being, how much profit in the end. Are those parts of what you're doing, or is it just creating a product for the expo and not worrying about the financial literacy aspects of it? And how is that built into the class structure? Because I think that is a critical part of the conversation as well.
For a business, that's the hardest part, to find the funds to a startup. You can have the idea, you can have the knowledge, but if you don't have the finance, then you won't never be able to put your idea up there. So it takes your own capital, it takes your families, it takes your teachers, it takes anyone that you can get a hold of it and tell them, explain them your idea. For them to believe in you, you have to be honest too about what you're trying to create. And then once you can gather that fund, then you can create the business. And the way George said, it takes time, and it takes records, and it takes a lot of hard work, because there is a lot of self-employed out there that we don't work 8 hours. To create a business, it takes 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours every day to make it happen.
That's right.
And I do agree with Mr. Armando there. The startup is probably the most difficult part by getting your product out there, make sure everyone knows about it. And as you said, it's not only the product that we are looking for to make and just sell. I mean, we have to look about how we are going to market it, how we are going to let people know about it, how we are going to state the benefits of it. And all of these things come into play when we are making this. And this is what creates the excitement when we are making these products, because it's not only to make a product and just get an A. I mean, it's to make the product and then just bring all of these things that go along with it. I mean, it's basically just like entrepreneurs. You're trying to start something, hopefully that will continue in the future. So
a big part of business development in Belize, at least mentally, always has to do with a certain amount of secrecy. So you're competing obviously in a class for grades and to see what product. Did you all get a chance to actually present to each other and tweak your ideas? How did you feed off each other? As I said, secrecy seems to be one of the big things. I don't want to tell you my ideas because you might thief it, that kind of thing. So did you all get a chance before the expo to actually share it with others in the class?
Well, in our class, we didn't have much secrecy. We already know what each groups were doing. To other classes, no, because we weren't in their class. But in our class, with the different separate groups, yes, we knew, and yes, we did have presentations before the actual expo to see just get an idea of how your idea is going so far and what all will be included. So when it comes to secrecy, we didn't have much of that. We all knew what we were each presenting, and we did feed off each other. We did benefit from each other, what he's doing, what she's doing, what each group is doing. And we tried to help out each other as best as possible. So it's, in the end, it's all, we want the best for each other. It's not something that, yes, we are all creating something different, all something unique. Nothing is the same. If it was the same, then yes, we would be competing, yes. But once we see different ideas, then we are willing to help, and we are always willing to learn from each other.
You know, none of you probably are thinking you're going to make $1 million off this. Probably more than 1,000 that you put in. But have you guys, I have two questions as my two final questions. One is, how did you buy into this specific ideas? I know that the think tank was bubbling with ideas. Let's do chewing gum, let's do, how did the leadership to come behind this specific product or that specific product, how did that arise? What made you move towards that idea of that person, and who takes leadership there? The second aspect of it is, have you guys considered individually, what if all of our product sales, all of or 501 salad dressing sales, and we make a windfall of a huge amount? Have you guys considered how the profits will be divided amongst you guys?
I don't think they're that far yet.
That's why I've asked. That's why I'm asking.
I have thought about that, and when it
see?
comes to leadership, we just want to think of ourselves as a team, not just a one person thing. Because when we are placed into these groups and when we are given and we need to come up with an idea,
Only two people work.
sometimes that's the case. Sometimes that's the case.
You weren't one of the two.
Sometimes that's the case, but in this particular situation, we try to encourage each other to try brainstorm and see what ideas they can bring to the table and see what are each other's skill set to contribute more to the product on hand and how we can profit off of that.
Yeah, diplomat.
I guess that's a good, 1 second, Jenna. The question is, how did you come up with this idea and settle on it? Did you do it as a group? Did you have a think tank? How did you test the different ideas? I know you spoke about having a bath bomb first as opposed to the shower power thing, no?
Yes, sir. That was the initial idea, but the shower steamers was a larger target market, and the benefits also was one thing that drove us to proceed with this idea, because the bath bombs would just be like for the tub, but with the shower steamers, it helps clean the drain, and then the oils that we incorporate in the shower steamers would be beneficial to your health as well.
Well, important, date, time, location.
Yes. The expo tomorrow, from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m.
It's tomorrow or Thursday?
Sorry, 3 p.m. It's tomorrow. The expo is tomorrow, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Entrance is free. You can go to see what all the groups have to offer. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for making this happen: the University of Belize, the student government UB Belize City, platinum sponsor Scotia Bank. We also have our gold sponsors BTL, Telemedia Belize Limited. We also have Beltrade, Minister Beverly Castillo and Immigration Nationality. We also have the St. John's Credit Union, the silver sponsorship as well. We have Smart. We have, sorry, trying hard to remember all these sponsorships.
Doing pretty good.
Yes, we have Smart. We have I'm not quite remember.
We give you the first minute free after this. You have to pay. You know that, right?
But for our brands and finally our brand sponsorships, we have Belize Port Authority, and we also have Masa Paints Belize.
Nice.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us this morning and having a very interesting conversation about product development. And definitely we encourage this type of entrepreneurial spirit. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by representatives from the Belize Police Force Department, to talk about their drama group high school tour as a part of the 16 days of activism. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.